And whereas South Dakota Codified Law 9-1324 provides election returns shall be reported as soon as possible to the finance officer, and within 7 days of the election, the governing body shall canvass the election returns, declare the result, and enter the result in a journal. And whereas South Dakota Codified Law 9-23-27.3 provides in part that any candidate for the municipal governing body is defeated by a margin not exceeding 2% of the total votes cast for all the candidates of office, or by a margin of 5 votes or less, the candidate may, within 5 days after completion of the official canvass, file with the municipal finance officer a written request for recount. The finance officer shall set the time and place for the recount within 10 days of the date of the receipt of the recount request. Whereas on Tuesday, the 11th day of April, 2023, pursuant to notice duly given, an election was held in the city of Miller, South Dakota, for the purpose of electing a mayor for a 2-year term, Alderman Ward 1, 2-year term, Alderman Ward 2, 2-year term, and Alderman 3, 2-year term. And whereas the Common Council of the city of Miller, South Dakota did not, as prescribed by law, to canvass, did meet as prescribed by law to canvass the votes, and as to examine the poll books, tally sheets, and other documents pertaining to said election on April 17, 2023, and as a result of said examination, the following determination was made and entered into a journal. Mayor, Bob Steers, 210, John McGowan, 242, total voters, 452, and the ballots counted was 452. Ward 1, Gale Oak, 62, Will Jones, 67. Total voters, 132, and ballots counted, 129. 1 no vote for Ward 1, and 2 given Ward 2 ballots. Now therefore be resolved by the Common Council of the City of Miller, South, Ward 2. Joe Zeller, 57, Patrick Price, 108. Total voters registered and ballots counted, 165. Ward 3, Alderman, Anthony Mango, 51. Dale Argans, 103. Total voters, 155, and total ballots counted, 154. 1 no vote for Ward 3. Now therefore be resolved by the Common Council of the City of Miller, South Dakota, that Tom McGowan be declared elected mayor, Will Jones be elected Alderman 1, Patrick Price be declared elected Alderman 2, and Dale Harvins be declared elected Alderman Ward 3 for a term of 2 years, and the finance officer be instructed to issue certificates of election to said candidates, dated the first day of May 2003. Now, what we need is a motion to approve resolution number 2023-4.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2023-4.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the same. Motion carried. Okay, number 2 on the annual is the annual report. Does everybody have got a copy of that?
For the record, I probably should abstain from that last vote, shouldn't I? I'll abstain.
What'd you say, Tom?
I said, for the record, I'll abstain from that resolution as far as the election resolution.
You want just a motion to approve it, or?
No, does anybody have any questions on the annual report?
Is there any questions or comments or whatever?
Is there just anything that should be called to our attention, or?
It's about the quickest and quietest annual report we've ever done. There was sales tax adjustments and ARPA adjustments, so there's very few.
No big red flags anywhere. huh?
Nothing.
Good,
I like this kind.
absolutely.
Okay, we have a motion and a second.
We need a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the 2022 annual report.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the annual report for 2022. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the same. Motion carried. Now we need a motion to adjourn
No, we'll,
this group. And I'll give Tom the oath of office of mayor, and then we could.
do we wanna do the liquor license before then?
Nope, that'll be.
That'll be on the other one?
That'll
Okay.
be on new business.
All right.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the same. Motion carried. And meeting, the ninth part of the meeting is adjourned at 5:12.
Okay.
Jan, you wanna get a picture of this?
You go, guys.
Cause I'm not giving
Yeah.
the,
Which one of you two I just heard over here? These last two, the annual report and then the adjourn.
She adjourned. I adjourned.
And did-
where do you want us?
Right there's fine.
Or did I second? Tom.
I'm just gonna.
Tom
move
did
this
it.
again.
I'll second.
Don't hit him with it.
He can reserve that until later, so.
Okay, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the state of South Dakota,
the Constitution of the State of South Dakota,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the mayor of the city of Miller,
and that I will fully discharge the duties of the mayor of the city of Miller,
Han County, to the best of my ability.
and county to the best of my ability.
I'm gonna hand you the mayor, and I wish you the best.
Thank you.
The best.
Thanks, guys.
I'll even give you a warm chair.
Thank you again, Ron.
You're welcome.
Before we proceed, though, I think we'd all extend our appreciation to each of our former council members, and also to Ron for all the work that they have done, Joe Zeller and Jim Odegaard, with regard to that. it's been a number of years. Jim, how many years have you served?
I'm not real sure, to be honest with you. I think it was around 5 or something like
I'm thinking that. Stuff and Joe,
25.
25 years. And Ron's been on here for, how many years, Ron? How many long?
Put 6 years on as council and 14 on as mayor.
Yeah, so that's a tribute to Florida. And I, commend you for all the years of service and everything you've done, and, just appreciate, your service to our community, okay? We will start. Where would you like to do this? On the front? You can-
Wherever you wanna do it and however you wanna start.
Okay, we'll start with each of the wards. So Ward 1, we'll go with, to Will.
Where do you want me?
We can be up in front, that way you don't have to. You have to raise your right hand. I, Will Jones,
I, Will Jones,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of South Dakota,
the Constitution of the State of South Dakota,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duty of Alderman of the City of Miller
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of Alderman for the City of Miller
and County
and County
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Okay, Alderman, Patrick Price. Raise your right hand. I, Patrick Price,
I, Patrick Price,
do solemnly swear to support the Constitution of the United States,
do solemnly swear to support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of South Dakota,
the Constitution of the State of South Dakota.
and that I will fully discharge the duty of Alderman of the City of Miller
I'll fully discharge the duties of Alderman of the City of Miller
and County
and County
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Right hand. I, Dale Hargis,
I, Dale Hargis,
do solemnly swear to support the Constitution of the United States,
do solemnly swear to support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of South Dakota,
the Constitution of the State of South Dakota,
and that I will fully discharge the duty of Alderman for the City of Miller
that I will faithfully discharge the duties of Alderman for the City of Miller
and County
and County
to the best of my
to
ability.
the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll reconvene as to the new council. The next thing on the agenda is to elect the president and vice president of the council, so I'll open up for nominations. For city council president.
I nominate Mike Wetz.
Okay. Nomination, Mike West,
I'll second that.
second. Any other nominations? Hearing none, I'd move the nomination cease and the council would cast a unanimous ballot for Mike.
I'll second that motion.
Motion's made,
Oh, second.
second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nay? Motion carries. Mike's present. Okay, open the floor for vice president.
I'll nominate Susan Hargens.
Okay,
I'll second that.
any other nominations? Hearing none, I'd move to cast, motion to cast a unanimous ballot for Susan for vice president.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, good. Okay, also, each one of you have received, and it's a good reminder for all of us with regard to the code of conduct, with regard to duties as far as mayor and also councilman. Do I need to read this? I sure can.
It's really good for the rest.
I will, and it's for people, to know. All elected board members have the responsibility to conduct themselves in a manner benefiting the position. Each board member must remember that their first priority is to act in the best interest of the city of Miller and to not let personal prejudice, history, biases affect the decisions made as a city council member. Policy statement. The Code of Conduct is a public declaration of the principles of good conduct and standards of behavior that elected members of the city of Miller are committed to demonstrate in the performance of their responsibilities as community representatives. The principles and standards in the Code of Conduct are in addition to the requirements of any other relevant regulations. Principles. Number one, council members will seek to achieve a team approach when dealing with the staff and the board, and they will seek to achieve an environment of mutual respect and trust. They shall establish a working relationship with fellow members that recognizes the respect and diversity of opinions and seek to achieve the best possible outcome for the community. Number two, the council members will treat city staff with respect and tolerance of their different roles in achieving the broad objectives. They will ensure that their behaviors are not and cannot be interpreted to constitute bullying or harassment. 3, council members must act with honesty and integrity and conduct themselves in a way that generates community trust and confidence in them as individuals and which enhances the role and image of the board and local government generally. Number 4, the council members will be fair, responsible, just, non-discriminatory, and honest in their dealings with individuals and organizations and behave in a manner that facilitates constructive communications between the board and the community. The 5th one, council members will not make improper use of information acquired or make improper use of their position as a member of the board. Council members are expected to show commitment by completing the specific training courses and updating as needed. Council members will discharge their duties consciously and to the best of their abilities in a fair, honest, and respectable manner in accordance with the local, state, and federal law. Information provided to or obtained by the council members in the course of their duties is to be respected for its confidentiality and used in a careful and prudent manner consistent with the nature of that information. Council members must have due regard to the laws dealing with conflict of interest in the relation to all duties and behaviors and exercise the highest level of integrity expected of the people holding public office. And then it goes on, the definition of harassment is unlawful. It is usually based on the real or perceived difference such as race, sex, or disability. It may lead to a person who is being harassed feeling offended, humiliated, or being disadvantaged. Harassment consists of unwelcome, offensive, abusive, belittling, and threatening behavior directed towards another person. Bullying is a form of harassment and is not acceptable. Bullying results in treating another person in less favorable way by intimidatory, offensive, degrading, and humiliating behavior. Bullying may be an offense under the Occupational Health, Safety, and Welfare Act of 1986 and may result in serious penalties. Procedures. Packets containing information to be discussed at the next scheduled meeting will be available by 5 p.m. the Friday before each meeting. Members are encouraged to receive their agendas packet by email. However, paper versions are available and delivered by the Miller Police Department. This allows each each counselor sufficient time to receive the information and investigate any questions or concerns before the meeting, thus allowing the meetings to process smoothly, effectively, and quickly. Meetings shall begin promptly at a specific specified hour. The meetings are to be conducted in accordance to the Roberts Rule of Order. Although our city is small and informal, orders must be maintained to ensure all actions will be supported by law. Outbursts, inflammatory comments, and personal attacks will not be tolerated by anyone attending any meeting. Many actions taken by the governing body require not just a majority vote, but a quorum of the quorum, but a majority vote of all elected officials. Not having the appropriate number of the counselors in attendance at the meeting affects the efficient functioning of the entire community. Committee appointments ensures all areas of the city business receive proper attention. It is the appointee's responsibility to be knowledgeable in the happenings of and fulfill the obligations to their respective committees and to report applicable information at meetings. No person, council member, employee, citizen, or committee member under the influence of drugs or alcohol may at any time enter the city property to conduct city business. Council members are accountable to the board and the committee for compliance with the code of conduct. A compliant alleging a breach of code of conduct must be made in writing by any person and subject to clause of this code must be investigated by the board. The complaint must identify the provisions of code which alleges have been breached and provide all evidence available to support the allegations. Okay, those are the code of conduct and with regard to obligations. Any questions? Okay, moving on. Department head reports. Who wants to go first? Any questions on that? As far as any of the, I think the first one up was Ted's with regard to,
I have one question. Terry, you say here that you're gonna be starting on the pool any day. When you do, could you give me a holler? I'd come over and take some pictures so we could put something in the paper. And then have you got anybody to do the fundraising yet for the pool? Pool committee?
That's not my job.
Yeah, for the pool committee?
you know, I think in moving forward, we need to be a little bit more proactive to try to see if we can get an individual or individuals to head a committee. And then probably try to, you know, see where the previous committee is, each one of those individuals. And see if any, you know, how we can proceed to move forward with regard to that. Because it is gonna take some community involvement with regard to, you know, moving forward with the pool.
In conjunction with the pictures that I take for Terry, I could work with somebody from the pool committee if they wanted to. So if whoever that is, if they wanna get in touch with me, we can work together on a little story, whatever you guys need for fundraising.
Sounds good.
Give me
Okay.
a help.
All right,
Thank you.
okay. Any other questions? Those reports are found on pages 12 to 15. Hearing none? Anything you want to present or anything like that? Not, we're going to move on. Okay? All right. New business, on page 16, we have the mayoral appointments. And I can read through them. With regard to the finance office will be Mike Wentz, Will Jones, and Susan Hargens. Public safety will be Dale Hargens, Patrick Price, Mike Wentz. Streets, Park, and Ballpark will be Dale Hargens, Will Jones, and Tammy Lichty. Utilities will be Patrick Price, Susan Hargens, and Will Jones. Airports, city planning and zoning will be Dale Hargens, Tammy Lichty, and Mike Wentz. Building maintenance will be Patrick Price, Will Jones, and Dale Hargens. Personnel will be Patrick Price, Susan Hargens, and Tammy Lichty. Beautification with Susan Hargens and Tammy Lichty. Workplace safety is Susan Hargens, Mike Wentz, and Tammy Lichty. On-hand economic development will be Patrick Price. Housing is Dale Hargens and Mike Wentz. I think we added the bulk, or that's down at the bottom, okay. City attorney was, Ritter, Rogers, Wadier, and, Northrop LLP. The official newspaper will be Miller Press. Official depositories would be Maker and Bank and Trust of Miller and Coin Financial Bank of Miller. LEPC liaison will be Ronald Hofteaser. NECOG liaison will be Dale Hargens. American with Disability will be Susan Lichty and Tammy Hargens, or Tammy Lichty and Susan Hargens, how about that?
That works.
That works.
Tree City USA will be Will Jones. Consolidated Equalization will be Patrick Price. Natural Gas Expansion Board will be Mike Wetz, and Baseball Association Delegate will be Will Jones. We need a motion on that?
Yes.
Entertain a motion to approve those appointments.
I move that we approve them.
Second,
Second.
discussion. Okay, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion is. Okay, Micro Tower Airport, 17 to 20.
Explain that?
Yes, please, Terry.
That's Super AWAS, that's a weather station out there that the pilots, they can call into that with their airplane radios. And it went to heck on us, and the difference between fixing the old one and buying a new part for it wasn't much. I think it's $800 difference. But
How long we've had the one before it? That's been up there quite a
this has been there quite a while.
while. Okay,
The new one's gonna be really spendy when we replace the whole unit,
okay.
but I think that,
This is replacing the same system we currently.
yeah, this is just fixing the system that's out there
Okay,
with a new part instead of a rebuilt part.
okay.
So we just need approval to
Okay.
either get the used one or the new one.
All right.
'Cause if we don't have either one of them, it won't work, so.
Gotta have one of them.
Okay. Any questions for Terry? Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to make the upgrades with regard to the micro tower at the airport.
Make the motion.
Okay, have a second?
I'll second it.
Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carries. Okay, the Energize Conference, page 21. One of these. Any input on that one? That's the one in Wessington Springs?
Yes.
Okay. We need to know who is going to go. Do we, by a certain date, is registration, is May,
It was today, but since we're just meeting today, I can call tomorrow if anybody wants to attend.
be May 31st to the June 1st.
It's a Wednesday and a Thursday. Is it in the evenings or is it all day or?
Well, this is all I got.
Yeah, it's hard to,
It's hard, yeah,
I mean, if it's something in the evenings, I might be able to do it, but I can't do it during the days.
Tell you what, let's, we'll give you time to find out, and then if,
I just shoot off.
yeah, just send us out
See
a
if I can-
Text.
text or an email with regard to that. Okay? All right? Just more or less for information. Okay, CNC fireworks permit, that's found on page 22. And basically, this is a letter to the, as specified in the South Dakota Codified Law 343713, I'm requesting permission to have a public display of fireworks on July 2nd, 2023, with a rain date of July 4th, 2023, in conjunction with Miller Holiday Celebration. The display will last up to 1 hour and will take place from about 9:30 p.m. and up to 11 o'clock p.m. This display is permitted will occur upon the property of the pasture ground owned by the Miller School District, located between the Miller High School football complex and St. Anne's Cemetery. Assemble off East 7th Street, Miller, South Dakota. The property will be protected from uncontrolled fire by the Miller City Fire Department. who will be present prior to, during, and after the display is conducted. Training technicians of the Miller Fire Department will manage the display. And this is signed sincerely Shelby Weisler, Miller City and Civic and Commerce Association.
Any questions?
Sorry about that.
No, that's fine.
Any questions? Okay, so you're looking just for the
Permission.
permission to go ahead and display them.
Yep, the only other part of that, it's already been approved by the prior board, was a dispersal of $1,000 from the city of Miller to the fire department for a contribution to the fireworks display. And it's already been approved, I was just gonna let everybody know that that's something that'll be coming up.
I think it's on that.
Thank you.
I think it's in there.
It's in the bills.
It's in the
Yes,
bills.
Yep.
Yep,
To be paid.
yep, so, that's it.
Okay, all right. Any questions? Okay, entertain a motion to approve the fireworks permit.
I'll make the motion.
Made a motion,
I'll
second?
second it.
Discussion? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Motion carries.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Gotta love the boom
It
booms.
is during the day. We have the breakout sessions and then the evening event, and then there's the next day and there's lodging, so. It's 2 days.
So it's a full 2 days overnight.
They'll have more details, they still don't have the actual agenda, that's why I don't have it, but
Sure.
Okay, all right. Okay, so we can take that in consideration with regard
if anybody's interested in going, but.
to that. Okay, item of new business on 5 is found on page 23 with regard to the Han County Library road closure request. Basically, the Han County Library would like to host a block party May 26th from 6 o'clock PM to 8 o'clock PM to kick off the annual summer reading program. We would like 4th Street from Broadway East 1/2 block and the alley within the block to be closed during the block party event in an effort to ensure better safety for our patrons.
How would that be for access to the post office? Because wouldn't they be closing the street where the north side of the post office is?
They could still go through that alley.
Alley,
You have to go to the alley.
Okay.
they just won't be able to.
I just wanna make sure people can get to the north side to drop mail or whatever. I mean, you can always go in, but.
Yeah. And it would be,
You could go the alley
Alley.
and then go east from there.
Right.
yeah. Okay,
But you can't get to the drop box, so.
unless you went through the alley, you know, kind of.
Right by
the back.
Kessler's and around that way, you could get there.
Yeah, you'd have to somehow back out, yeah, be able to get there, but it's not as convenient as drive-through.
little safety purposes
Yeah.
on, but.
No,
Right.
absolutely.
Grandma's.
Absolutely,
Well, and it's gonna be for 2 hours.
2
I just wanted
hours.
to make sure there was
Yeah.
access
Plan
if
ahead.
possible.
Yes.
Right,
You bet.
That's
absolutely.
not very long.
okay. Okay, I'd entertain a motion that the, for the request for the closure of the street there for the library board.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
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 Pose the same. Motion carries. Okay. The last thing, or the next thing as far as new business is the approval of special liquor license to Willie's Bar and Grill, for the date of
May
Saturday.
6th.
May 6th, yes, there you, May 6th, be at the community center.
I'll make a motion to approve that license.
I'll
Okay, a
second
motion,
that.
second, discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Pose the same, pose the same. Motion carries. All right, good.
Has everybody seen the bills?
Have you seen the bills?
I have.
I
Okay.
have.
Okay,
Looks like they're all signed, there's 6 signatures.
She's counting.
yep,
I know.
okay. Okay, I'll use Jim's cliche as
I make a motion to pay the bills.
I'll second.
discussion.
That would be Mr. Odegaard.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same? Motion has it. Okay. The next thing is just more or less a correspondence from the school and for more or less informational purposes, which they post the Rustler Pride. That's something that we can maybe look ahead if we wanna become more involved when we start looking at the budgetary situation. Okay, I think it's just more or less right now an informative
Yeah, 'cause we've never
correspondence.
budgeted for it, so.
Okay. We're gonna make a lot of people happy they'll be able to get to the concert in time, so.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
Motion, okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right,
I
thank
wanna
you.
thank you guys for moving a meeting so we can all get out.
Well, yeah,
You guys can get on your trip.
yeah.
Oh, and everybody can get to the concert.
What is that?
I have no idea.
You'll have to educate me.
What is that?
Natural gas expansion.
Well, if the
Or
little
the-
kids.
Joe was on. That's what the Northwestern Energy tried to put natural gas through here.